As long as you actually go out there and try it.
What's it like dating a Filipina?
Yes, I'm single, but I see that more than in the States. Here it's kind of different because you have to pay before they actually treat you. So I went to the hospital there, and there is a big difference.
What is your favorite thing about the Philippines? Hello and welcome back to Living Abroad. In today's video, I'm going to sit down with a young American. Now, most of the time when we do these videos, in-depth interviews, a lot of the people that stay here long-term are much older, like in their 60s or 50s, or retiring. But this guy is early 20s. I can't wait to find out his impressions of the Philippines, exactly what he thinks of it, and his lifestyle being a younger guy. So before we do that, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and consider joining the memberships so you get a lot more perks. Now let's go ahead and talk to Trinidad. Hi, what's your name?
Trinidad.
Trinidad, where are you from?
I'm from originally California, but I'm living here in the Philippines now.
Are you living here like permanently? Are you visiting?
I currently live here as a student, so on top of that, I'm just traveling wherever I really go.
Okay, so you're a student. What are you studying?
So I'm studying in financial management. I'm a first-year student at University of San Carlos here in Cebu City.
Pretty cool. Tell me a little bit about that. How's schooling in the Philippines compared to the U.S.?
It's actually it's weird in a way because like the way that they do school here compared to back in the States, it's very different. Because here they like to do things as a group, whereas back in the United States it's more individual work. So I had to learn how to be in a lot of group projects, which I'm fine with when I'm working with people, but just having that cultural dynamic is really a big difference.
I know you got a YouTube channel and that's how we got connected.
Yeah.
Tell me how that got started or why you're making videos.
Okay, so it's been somewhat, I think now 13 months since I've lived here in the Philippines, and that was around the same time I started my channel. And it was basically just me documenting my life at the time I was 21, or I was 20, now I'm 21. And I was just documenting my life here in the Philippines because, I don't know, I've just seen a lot of foreigners older than me that are like here in the Philippines. They have their own YouTube channel, so I think it would be a different perspective hearing it from someone that's 20 years old.
Oh, for sure. I'm very curious about that myself. I'm kind of in the middle area, not as young as yourself, but not as old as some of the other guys. So
Sure.
this is good that we get some different perspectives, different age groups. Okay, and are you single right now or are you in a relationship?
Yes, I'm single, but I'm talking to a couple of Filipinos.
Okay, we're always curious about the dating scene, right? Especially on my channel. Tell me a little bit about that. What's it like dating a Filipina compared to American girl?
Honestly, there's a difference. There is a difference. You can see it on social media. It's posted as bad compared to Western women to Asian women, but to me, I haven't experienced that much of the extreme measures. It's mainly just, yeah, there is a difference in cultural dynamics. They do believe since they start having money, they don't really need a man. They start disrespecting the man, which is something you don't see that here as common. They do think that men are not superior, but they do have their role in the relationship and that they are respected. So in that way, besides that, they're always very loving here. I see that more than in the States.
Okay. Now about that, so what do you think of like the people here that come here only for dating? Now you're here for school, right? So tell me what your thoughts are on like the passport bros phenomenon that's going on.
So the pass bros, if that's at the point where you're at your life, where you already have everything, you have your finances done, you have experience under your belt in terms of like traveling and want to settle down with a woman, then yeah, if that floats your boat and you want to go to a different country where you don't see the same thing, or you're disrespected because you don't have a certain amount of money, like all these different demands, then by all means, yeah, do what you need to do. But that doesn't mean you should start hating on them. Maybe you should actually take advice from these women that these men are going to being attracted to, instead of just bashing on them like, oh, they're dumb, they don't know what they're talking about, they're only going there because they're submissive, they don't, it's very ugly how the Western women are treating women from like developing countries such as the Philippines.
Now you're a bit young for marriage perhaps, but what about a serious relationship? Would you consider being in a relationship with like a Filipina?
I do actually. I've been asked that question quite often actually. So yeah, I would. I think I would. I would definitely probably be in a long-term relationship with a Filipino or marry one. For sure.
And what are your overall thoughts about the Filipino people? I just did a video about like how kind they are, so I wanted to highlight that. but it might be different for you. So what's your experience with Filipinos?
Actually, since I first came here back in Manila to here, I just experienced kindness from my whole experience here. I've never been treated unfairly, never been disrespected. I've never been looked like side-eyed, anything of that. So the statement is true when they say that Filipinos are the nicest people on the earth. I do truly believe in that because it's living proof, and I've experienced that since living here.
Now let's take a quick second to plug in your channel. I'm curious, what's your channel name and what kind of content do you make?
Okay, so my channel name is it's Nomad Trinidad, and the content I just make is basically surrounding Cebu. Cebu is gonna be my niche now. I've done some traveling, obviously, so I've been to Siargao, I've been to Bohol, been to Bohol, different bunch of islands that I've recorded on my channel. But now my main focus is just Cebu and what you can do here in terms of food, things to do, renting, anything of that sort.
Okay. Got it. Was there any culture shock when you first came here?
Surprisingly, no, because during COVID, my dad came to the Philippines, I think 3 or 4 times before COVID hit. And after it hit, the gates were closed for all foreigners or from anyone entering. So he was living his life with all these different YouTubers that were living here in the Philippines.
Okay.
So since I was exposed to that, me coming here firsthand, I just like, oh, this is what it looks like. So it really wasn't a big culture shock to me.
Okay, I see. So we talked about a few things, but if I had to ask you, what is your favorite thing about the Philippines? Might be difficult to think of, but what do you enjoy the most here, like compared to the America?
I would probably say the cost of living. In terms of where you live, you can live really comfortably here in terms of like the certain lifestyle that you want. I did a video for the condos that I live at, and they're pretty good, especially in terms of what you're paying and the amenities of the actual area and the surrounding place as well. Transportation, cost of traveling to other islands it's all cheap. So I would say cost of living is what I would say is my favorite thing about the Philippines.
Definitely. Have you had a chance to visit any of the hospitals or healthcare clinics here?
Funny enough, I actually sprained my ankle when I went to visit Leyte. So I went to the hospital there, but the one that I went to didn't have all the equipment that you need. So I had to rush my trip in Leyte and come back here to Cebu City. And I went to Chunghwa Hospital, and they're actually a really well-known hospital. And they treat you really good. The bills aren't as expensive in the States. Here it's kind of different because you have to pay before they actually treat you. If you don't, then you don't get treated. That's just how it works here.
Yeah.
But yeah, their facilities are nice. They're not broken down like people have said, like, oh, it's, the Philippines, they don't have all the, good technology that they need for medical treatment, but they do. And they do have specialists here. So yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay. Do you see yourself living here long term? Let's say after school, you're done. Do you see yourself living in the Philippines?
Maybe, actually, yeah. I was thinking about it. Maybe be stationed here but travel to other islands or other countries, but I think so. Maybe for a while, yeah. I don't see.
I know a lot of people are interested in visiting the Philippines that haven't been here, maybe haven't traveled outside their own country. What's one advice you can give them that they've never been here? What can you tell them?
I've always been told try something before you judge it. So like, if you've never been there, then why do you have to judge it? Judge it after the fact. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. If you do, then you do. That's it. So as long as you actually go out there and try it, then that's all that really matters. Don't care what other people say. It's based off of you. If you are curious about it, then do it. So
okay. Got it. Okay, so tell me, what's your favorite place from all the places you visited so far?
I would say Siargao. I recently just came back from Siargao, so I love the whole trip that I was there, the full 5 days. I wish I was there longer, but I had to come back for school reasons. So it was amazing.
Guys, I haven't been there yet, but hopefully I can make it there. A lot of people have trouble adapting to the Filipino food. Have you had any Filipino food? What do you think of that?
Oh yes, I am not a picky eater. I will eat anything, which is crazy. I've had some of their more fishy dishes that a lot of foreigners are questioning to even try. But I've had a lot of Filipino foods already. I had their lechon, I had their patas, I've had their kinilaw, I've had their sinigongs, I've had their humba, like all the traditional Filipino foods plus more I've had. And yeah, they're all good. I haven't had any bad food experiences thus far.
Now, you've been to several different places. Have you had any experience in like province life, province living?
Yes, I do see the difference now when people say, oh, there's the province and then there's the city. And there is a big difference. The province life is more slow, it's more quiet, it's more like countryside. There's really not much to do. It's really laid back. And then when you come here to the city, it's quite opposite, very loud. You have, people walking around everywhere. Yeah, it's just, there's a big difference when you know you're in the province. It's yeah. It's a big difference.
Thank you so much for your time. I'll be sure to leave the link to your channel in the description down below.
Thank
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
And that was Trinidad, guys. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of his answers and his experiences in the Philippines. If you take time to write it, I take time to respond. And check out his channel. It's Nomad Trinidad for some other unique type of content. Go show some love at his YouTube channel. It's Nomad Trinidad. And if you found this video informative, entertaining, or just want to show your love for myself by living abroad, consider becoming a member of the channel where you get a lot more perks, live streams, dedicated videos, and much, much more. Subscribe to the channel or just keep watching these videos as you have been. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.